Here we are, we've just arrived in Southwold. This was the home of George Orwell, the author of 1984. At the time though, he was called Eric Blair. Adnam's Brewery was started by George and Ernest Adnam in 1872. Later, George left the business and moved to South Africa, where he met his death by being eaten by a crocodile. This is Southwold House. It's the oldest house in Southwold, reported to have poltergeist activity and ghostly apparitions. Hearing footsteps, doors opening and seeing men in period costume. It's the former home of Anne Camel, the Witch of Southwold. A 17th century resident, she was accused of witchcraft for maliciously targeting a local sailor with harmful spells. On the 28th of May each year, there's been reports of a red-haired woman appearing at the windows. The outcome of her final trial remains unknown. This said it was the home of Thomas Camel, so obviously related to Anne Camel in some way. Up there it also says that it was the residence of the Duke of York. This is Southwold's main high street. The population of Southwold more than doubles during the summer because there's so many holiday lets here. Here is the Southwold reading rooms. It was a place for sailors to meet as an alternative to pubs to promote moral living. Usually it's open, but because we're here to film today, it isn't. But that's what's inside there. On the 25th of April 1659 there was a massive fire. 300 people became homeless and many businesses were destroyed. Rebuilding the town incorporated greens to act as fire breaks. So you'll see lots of these greens in between the houses in Southwold. Nearly every one of these houses along here and along the seafront are holiday lets. So here's another one of these greens and the lighthouse in the background, which we're now going to go and have a look at. found a vintage boutique here, so let's go and have a look. Similar to what I've got on. See? That is what I'm wearing. Only mine were only £5 from charity shop. The meaning of skull and crossbones gravestones were a visual reminder of death comes to everyone, most commonly used during the 17th and 18th century, plagues and high infant mortality. Other symbolism of gravestones were hourglasses, meaning time is running out, winged skulls, meaning eternal life, and the Grim Reaper harvesting souls. There's a big memorial here to someone called William Bardwell. He must have been somebody quite important in Southwold, I would have thought. If you know who he was, let me know in the comments. Oh look, there's another skull and another skull gravestone there with two coffins on either side. The edge of it has got all these cats. Look. Here's the Adnams breweries. And while you're standing here, you can smell really strong smell of beer. So this is Southwold Beach. You're going to walk up to there and then walk along the pier to the end and back next. So here we are, we can't come to Southwold without having fish and chips. So now we're going to walk up Southwold Pier and look at the famous Under the Pier show. There's a mural here of George Orwell. Said he spent time in Southwold as a teenager and in his 30s next to the chip shop. So just seen his house and there's a picture of him.
That's my favourite.
If you look up this way, you can see the size well. And if you look this way, you can see lovely Lowestoft just there, and around here. On these posts here at the end of the pier, people have tried to get money on the end of them. And they're all of them along here have got coins. These are the Southwold beach huts. Some of them are decorated differently, and some of them have been sold for thousands of pounds. They go for like £300,000. See, this one's got if you've got a dog, it's very dog friendly here. All the shops and the cafes accept dogs.
What, sorry?
Now we're going to walk up here, and then I'm going to tell you another ghost story when we get to the top. So we just got to the top of that slope, and we found a food fair on up here, which is a bit busman's holiday for me because I run markets, as you might know. So let's go and see if there's anybody I know here. This is Gun Hill. During the 1842 gun salute for Prince Albert's birthday, a gunner named Jane Martin leaned into a cannon as it had misfired, and then it literally blew his head off. On this cliff top, there's been reports of a headless gunner walking on the top of the cliff. going to put the story of this underneath where I'm filming now, just in case you couldn't hear it because of the music. There's some very posh houses in this bit, and apparently Johnny Depp owns one of these. I've never spotted him here and I don't know which one, so if you do, let me know in the comments. This is one of my favourite places to come if we're going to have tea and cakes and sandwiches. Squire's Tea Room. This is the Electric Palace Cinema. It's a 70-seat cinema which was opened by Michael Palin in 2002. You can hire it for events or for weddings. So that concludes our talk of Southwold today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got to the end of the video, comment fish and chips.